The world has become a marketplace of voices. Everywhere you turn, someone is speaking, someone is shouting, someone is demanding to be heard. From the moment you wake up, your phone begins to buzz. Notifications pile up, texts, emails, breaking news, social media updates, comments. The world whispers, then screams, for your attention. And somehow, we've come to believe that silence is weakness. That if you do not respond, you do not matter. We've forgotten that silence is a language too. A language of strength, of restraint, of wisdom. Every opinion seems to demand a reaction. Every post wants a like. Every argument wants a winner. And in this chaos, we lose something precious, our peace. But here's the truth, not everything deserves your energy. Not every comment requires a reply. Not every argument is worth entering. And not every person deserves a piece of your soul. When you stay silent, you are not giving up. You are rising above. You are choosing your battles. And that choice, my friend, is where true strength begins. The world will tell you to speak louder, shout harder, prove your point. But remember this, when you react to everything, you become a prisoner of everything. When you learn the art of silence, you become the master of your life. Why do we feel this burning urge to respond? Why does silence feel so uncomfortable? It comes from fear. The fear of being misunderstood. The fear of being seen as weak. The fear of losing control. So, we argue. We explain. We defend. We type long messages trying to justify ourselves. But here is a question worth asking. What does it really cost you to respond? When you react instantly, you surrender your peace to someone else's chaos. Their anger becomes your anger. Their negativity becomes your storm. And in that storm, you lose yourself. But when you pause, when you take a breath before speaking, you create space, a space where clarity lives. You begin to see what matters and what doesn't. You realize that most battles are not worth fighting. That silence is not the absence of strength, it is the presence of wisdom. So next time, when anger burns inside you, or when someone throws words like knives, stop. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, will this matter a year from now? Will this matter even tomorrow? If the answer is no, choose silence. Choose peace. You owe that to yourself. Silence is not empty. Silence is full of answers, full of strength, full of control. It is the quiet where wisdom whispers. In silence, you discover something powerful. You are not responsible for reacting to everything. You are not here to fight every battle. You are here to protect your energy and focus on what truly matters. People may mistake your silence for weakness. Let them. Their judgment is not your burden. You do not need to explain yourself to those who are committed to misunderstanding you. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. Look at nature. The ocean is silent most of the time, calm and still. But when it moves, it changes everything. Be like that ocean, deep, steady, and strong. Speak only when your words can improve the silence. Until then, let the stillness speak for you. There was a wise monk who rarely spoke. People traveled from far away just to hear a few words from him. One day, a man came filled with anger. He insulted the monk. He shouted, "You are a fraud. Your teachings are worthless." The monk remained silent, calm as a still lake. The man grew louder, hurling insult after insult, desperate for a reaction. Still, the monk did not speak. Finally, exhausted, the man stormed away. A young disciple, confused, asked, "Master, why did you not answer him? Why did you let him disrespect you?" The monk smiled and said, "If someone brings you a gift and you do not accept it, who does it belong to?" The disciple replied, "To the one who brought it." The monk nodded. Exactly. His anger was his gift. I chose not to accept it, so it stayed with him. Remember this, you do not have to pick up every burden someone tries to hand you. When you stay silent, their anger remains theirs, and your peace remains yours. Words carry energy. Every time you speak, you release power into the world. But when you speak too much, when you react without thought, your words lose value. Silence, on the other hand, adds weight to your voice. The less you speak, the more people listen when you do. We live in a culture that rewards quick reactions and instant opinions. But great minds, wise hearts, never hurry with their words. They understand that silence is not a pause, it is a preparation. It is the space where wisdom grows before it blooms as speech. So, ask yourself, are my words healing or hurting? Are they necessary or just noise? If they are not building peace, let silence speak instead. Silence never wounds. Silence never regrets. When you practice silence, you begin to experience a rare treasure, peace. Silence is not just the absence of sound, it is the presence of calm. It is a soft space where the mind can breathe. In a noisy world, this is a luxury, and a necessity. When you do not respond to negativity, you break the cycle. You do not feed the fire. And slowly, the flames die. But when you argue, explain, and react, you pour fuel on the fire, and soon, you are burning too. Silence protects you. It becomes a shield for your soul. And over time, you realize something profound. You do not have to attend every argument you are invited to. You can walk away. You can choose peace over being right. Not everything is worth your voice. Not everything is worth your energy. Some things are better left unsaid, some battles better left unfought. When you stay silent, you conserve energy for what truly matters. You save your strength for the fights that deserve you. And when you do speak, your words have impact because you don't waste them on noise. Remember, silence is not about weakness, it is about wisdom. It is about knowing when to roar and when to rest. Lions do not chase every noise in the jungle. They move only when it matters. So should you. Once there was a farmer who owned a beautiful field. One day, a group of travelers stopped by and laughed at him. They said, "Your field is worthless. Nothing good will grow here." The farmer listened quietly, smiled, and continued working. Weeks passed, and the seeds he planted began to bloom. Soon, the same travelers returned and saw golden crops waving in the sun. They asked, "Why didn't you argue with us?" The farmer said, "Arguing would not have grown the crops. Silence and work did." This story reminds us, your success is your best response. You do not need to waste words proving people wrong. Your results will speak louder than any argument ever could. Silence is power because it cannot be used against you. Words can be twisted. Words can be misquoted. But silence? Silence cannot be misinterpreted. It is a fortress that keeps you safe from unnecessary harm. The next time someone tries to pull you into drama, smile gently and say nothing. Protect your energy. Not every question deserves an answer. Not every insult deserves your attention. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can say is absolutely nothing. At the end of the day, silence is not emptiness, it is fullness. Full of peace. Full of wisdom. Full of strength. When you stop reacting to everything, you stop being controlled by everything. You reclaim your power. You protect your mind. You rise above. Let others argue. Let others shout. You, stay still. You, stay calm. Because your silence is not weakness, it is your superpower. The world is loud. Be the calm. The world is chaotic. Be the stillness. In your silence lives a strength that no noise can ever break.